Aloha! We want to officially start off our Walk on the Wild Side. Our third annual Walk on the Wild Side. This is an effort to bring the community together, discover downtown Honolulu, be healthy as you walk to all of the various eateries, art galleries, as well as shops along the way, and also to raise awareness about kidney disease. Unfortunately, 27 million Americans are affected by this dreadful disease. That's 1 out of every 9 Americans. But in Hawaii, those statistics are even worse. It's 1 out of every 7. So we have a 30% higher incidence of kidney disease here in Hawaii than any place else in the nation. That's something that is very concerning. So we're trying to help mitigate and drop that number down in the future by encouraging healthy eating as well as exercising in your lifestyle. So it's all kind of coming together as we try to encourage those two factors as well as explore the beautiful, walkable downtown Honolulu. In our efforts to try to educate the public on kidney disease and lessen its impact on our community, leading that charge is the CEO of the National Kidney Foundation. That is Glenn Hayashida.
You know, Glenn did talk about the statistics about kidney disease here in Hawaii. And unfortunately, more and more of us, as we drive through our community, it's hard not to see a dialysis center these days. And it just really tells you how many people are suffering from kidney failure. So one of the things that we're really trying to do is prevention, is focus on prevention so that more and more of your friends and families don't end up on dialysis. And that's the challenge. But unfortunately, as Glenn said, there's so many people with chronic kidney disease. If you have diabetes and you have hypertension, for example, that's a perfect recipe for kidney failure. So it is very important that if you do have diabetes, and we know that so many of you do, control your numbers, control the sugar, look at your diet, just cut back a little bit. But it's very important because we don't want to see, even though we're the Kidney Foundation, the one thing that we don't want to see is you ending up on dialysis. So we thank there's so many people to thank. I do want to thank some people for today because without them it would be impossible. The City and County of Honolulu Creative Arts Experience, the 4th Street Mall Business Improvement District Association, the Hawaii Restaurant Association, Hawaii Theater, Honolulu Culture and Arts and District, and the Arts at Mark's Garage. I want to also acknowledge Sandra here. Sandra, can you stand up? So after last year's event, she told me that if we have an event this year to shoot her, but I won't do that. And in fact, apparently she's already talking about next year. So thank you so much. I also want to thank our sponsors, for without them, this is not possible. Island Hospice, Next Stage Medical, HMSA, US Reno, Kaiser Permanente, Ultimate Vacations, and I think that's it. So really, thank you so much for all the vendors for participating. If you've only walked on 4th Street Mall, this doesn't even represent half of what's going on. They have closed off some of the streets over there. There's vendors. There's a lot of activity, lots of people over there. So again, walk 4th Street Mall, go ahead and go over there. And if you haven't done your kidney screening, go ahead and do that. There's over 100 people we anticipate being screened already. So that's very important. Most of us won't even think about kidney disease unless it starts affecting us or a family. And all we're trying to say is, know where you're at. Don't just ignore the problem. Get kidney screened. If your kidneys are strong, then don't worry about it. But if you don't know, have your kidneys screened. So I'm going to call Glenn back up. Again, thank you so much for coming. Thank you, everyone, for your participation.
Thank you, Glenn. Thanks for leading the charge on creating a healthier, more vibrant community. And thank you really to Sandy, because she's the heartbeat of this entire event. It was her brainchild, and now we're in the third year, and every year it gets better. So thank you, Sandy, for your dedication to the Kidney Foundation, plus all of her next-door neighbors here in downtown. Really, it's an awesome way for us to expose downtown and all it has to offer to kind of a new audience, year after year after year. But another important person that made today happen was the mayor of Honolulu, Kirk Caldwell. He unfortunately can't be with us today, but his Deputy Director of Transportation, John Nouchi, is here to say a few remarks on behalf of the mayor.
Aloha kako. On behalf of Mayor Kirk Caldwell, I'd like to welcome you all to Chinatown this morning. What a great event. Walk on the Wild Side with the National Kidney Foundation of Hawaii. So great to see all the community groups, health organizations, businesses, and arts and culture organizations working together to make gatherings like this happen. So first of all, Mayor asked me to thank all the sponsors and participants for taking time and effort today to make this a really fun family event for all the ohana and keiki. Just bringing people to Chinatown, getting us all out walking or riding beaky bikes, and hopefully spending money at local businesses and restaurants. So this is the 30th anniversary of the National Kidney Foundation of Hawaii. This very special organization is the only kidney charity in Hawaii and do absolutely essential work for the benefit of our health. You might know them from their very popular kidney card program, but today take some time to stop in with them. They have some booths and screenings available, and learn more about their mission and how you might be able to help them. How about a hand for our partners at the National Kidney Foundation? So our goal today is simple, to get everyone out and walking by enjoying our vibrant Chinatown. It's so important to malama, to just take care of yourself and make sure that those around you are doing the same. It's pretty simple. We'll all be healthier if we all walk more. Walking for even half an hour, several days a week can really make a difference. That's why the National Kidney Foundation of Hawaii has organized some walks to get us all moving, to learn a little bit about Chinatown's rich history, and maybe even win some prizes along the way. You can also check out some of what we've been doing at the city. Go talk story with our staff from transportation, rail, housing, environment, and TOD. There are a lot of improvements to Chinatown upcoming and that are being planned right now. So make sure to check in with our city teams who love to talk and listen about what makes Chinatown special to all of you. So mahalo for coming out today, and we encourage you to explore Chinatown, get some exercise, learn some history, eat some ono food, buy the freshest fruits and vegetables, and pick up some local art. Feed both your body and your soul, exercise your muscles and your mind. And come back soon, tomorrow, next week, next weekend. There's really no need to wait for a festival, for any special event to visit Chinatown. This special place is always open to everyone, night and day. Again, on behalf of Mayor Kirk Caldwell, please enjoy Chinatown today in this beautiful weather and weekend. Aloha.
Aloha, and thank you so much for coming out, everyone who is here on this very windy Saturday afternoon. I want to thank everyone who made this event possible, and particularly we also want to give a special shout out to our community policing team #1 district, Sergeant Valaroso and his team members. They do a lot to help make this area very, very safe, so have a great day. Daniel?
Aloha, everybody. Thank you guys for coming out. You know, being a new legislator, I like to come to these events, get the community engaged, and see everybody, you know, visiting our restaurants and all of the health organizations out here helping us today. Kidney disease is nobody knows about it. So this is a great event. We need to get the word out. Young people, old people, we all should get screened. So thank you guys all for coming out here today, and have a great day. Thank you. Oh, and you guys know that Senator Wakai also represents this area, so he's very humble, but he plays a big part in our community down here.
I just listened to these two. That's the secret to life. Listening to Carol and Daniel, you can't go wrong in life. I also want to acknowledge Victor Lim over there. Victor, in addition to owning some McDonald's, like the one right down here, is the president of the Downtown Business Association, right? So thank you, Victor, for your support, because he helped enhance this effort as well. We were hoping that Senator Akaka was going to be able to join us, but he couldn't be with us. He's a huge fan of the Kidney Foundation and of this event, but he sends his regards. But we do want to bring up someone who is a expert on walking. That's Teresa. We Dr. Walk, I believe, is what she's known to many of us as, but she wants to share a little bit with you about the physical and health benefits of walking, not just in Chinatown, but around your home, wherever that may be.
Aloha. I'm a pediatrician. I've been in private practice for 34 years. My passion is to talk to families and keikis and parents and kapunas about healthy living. Healthy living does not start when you turn 40 or 50. I tell my patients, God gives you one body. If I gave you an automobile and that was your car for the rest of your life, you had darn well take good care of it. So I'm here to encourage even the families to start talking about healthy living, because down the road, that is where we get our problems. So one of the things that I want to share with you are statistics. In America, as well as Hawaii, 2/3 of adults and children are overweight or obese. Did you hear what I said? 2/3 of us are overweight or obese. Now, if you look at the Asian population, the criteria gets even stricter. So we as Chinese, Japanese, Filipino are supposed to be even less than Haoles, you know? So again, we have to be careful. This young generation is going to be the first generation in the entire U.S. history of being more unhealthy. You know, traditionally, we wouldn't expect that. So right now, we have so much technology. Society is changing. You see children looking at their iPads at restaurants. Children who are no longer exercising. My mom used to say, go play. Don't even come in until dinner time. But now, times have changed. So I want even you grandmas and grandpas, you need to really spread the word. We cannot continue. We need to have a healthy young generation. This is our future. So I really want you folks to, number one, encourage more activity. Instead of bringing treats to your grandchildren, buy them a baseball bat, buy them bubbles, buy them something where they can be active. Do not use food as a reward. And I want you folks to, you know, share with them all the wonderful vegetables and fruits that we grew up with. I give my grandchildren bitter melon. I said, just try it. So believe it or not, if you try a food 7 to 10 times, you'll like it. Did you know that? It's called try a bite rule. I don't care if you don't like it. With my 4 kids, I go, too bad. You're gonna eat broccoli. You're gonna eat broccoli, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You take 1 bite. And by 2 or 3 days, they like it. Okay, so remember too, breakfast and sleep. If you don't get enough sleep and you skip breakfast, studies show you're going to be more fat, more obese. So remember, so important to get adequate sleep. And again, I always tell my patients, what's the most important meal of the day? Breakfast. If you don't eat a good breakfast, you're going to be obese. I tell all my kids that. So, you know, we all know these healthy tips, but we got to move it. Now you have this information. I want to see a transformation. So again, this is Walk on the Wild Side. My nonprofit is Walk with Adopt. For 2 years now, I meet every Saturday, 8 to 9 a.m. I know a lot of you folks live in town, but if you know of anyone, come by my booth. We walk for, 1 hour. I do a health tip every week. We warm up, exercise. But I want people to, just do it on your own. You have to take that first step. Because a lot of people You know, they're going to come up with every single excuse you can think of. But I want you to go to a family or friend and say, you know what? I heard this crazy doctor and she said, we got to walk. You got to get off your okoli and we got to walk. So I want you to reach out to someone and really take this seriously. So in conclusion, I just want to thank everyone. Walk on the Wild Side is such a wonderful event. Again, we need to just stay active. We need to spread the word. I can't do it by myself. You know, we think Hawaii is healthy, but we're not. So get out there, spread the word. Come by my booth. I'll give you more information. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Teresa Wee. Wow, if that's what it takes to get that kind of energy, I gotta walk a little bit more. And I don't know about the try something 4 times and it tastes better, because like no matter how many times I eat natto, I don't like natto. But I will try that. And she has such wise words about our sedentary life, right? We have a mobile phone. Technology is our friend, but technology, when it comes to healthcare and exercise, is kind of an enemy. We're kind of glued to the phone instead of actually go exploring our community, which is what Walk on the Wild Side is all about. We're going to conclude our program today with something super exciting, very ethnic. We have the Owls Martial Arts Academy joining us to conclude the program, and to help the process along, we have Diana Benningfield. She is the operations director, senior director, although she looks very young, but she's a senior director. Been there a long time, does wonderful work at the Kidney Foundation. She's going to have leasing and a little donation for the Owls Martial Arts Group.
Thank you. Thank you all so much for coming today. I hope you're having a good time. We would love to present to the Ao Shaolin Arts Society, which began in 1991, and their residence is here at the Blaisdell Hotel on the Mall, and they do the Chinese lion dancing as well as Shaolin Kung Fu. And here is the presentation. Thank you so much. Ready? Thank you. Mahalo. Mahalo. Thank you.